Hey Shred fans and loyal subscribers, Chris Zoupa here. Lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at the awesome solo from Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. Let's take a look. Alright guys, before we get too excited, we just need to talk about the tuning, which is drop D, which goes D, A, D, G, B, E. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Alright, let's take a look at the first section. I want to start off with the slide into 17 of the first string, and I'm going to hit that twice. And then I'm going to do 2 on 16 and 2 on 15. Just moving back chromatically. At the end of that, what I'm doing here is I'm playing 18, 17 on the second string. Then I work into this cute little diminished run. A bit of diminished, bit of harmonic minor there. So let's go through that arpeggio slowly. I'm playing 16 of the 5th, 14 of the 4th, and 12 of the 3rd. And then the sort of harmonic minor notes, I'm playing 14, 15 on the 3rd, and also 14, 15 again on the second string. Let's have a look at what we've got from the start, nice and slow. And there's obviously a harmony going over the top of this. It's kind of strange because they're not fully committing to one guy being high and one guy being low. So there is a little bit of weird mixy-uppy stuff. Figure it out with a friend and jam along and you guys can trade who does what. So after we've done this, I go back to this first little chromatic run. You're going to borrow that exactly the same, but this time, that ending's a little bit different. I'm playing 18, 15 again on the second string. Then I'm going to jump to 14 of the 3rd and back down to 15 of the 2nd. So we got... After that, I work into this phrase. Let's take that slowly. So it's starting off kind of diatonic, but then we've got some cheeky chromatics. So I was going to play 12, 14, 15 on the 4th string. And then chromatically, I'm playing 12, 13, 14, 15 on the 3rd string. And then I reverse it. So I've got... I'm actually going to hit that pinky note twice at the top. So we're going to go 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 14, 13, 12. Hopefully that's making sense. There's a little bit left. I want to do a slide into 15 of the second string. And then I'm going to play 13. And to finish that off, I'm going to play 12, 13, and then 17 on the second. You can get a little bit of a slide in there if you want to. That's pretty much the whole first section. Let's do it relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again even slower, some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Alright, let's take a look at the second section. I want to start with a vibrato on 17 of the first string. And I'm going to work into these runs. Let's slow that down. So working quite a triplety vibe here. I'm playing 12, 14, 15 on the 3rd. Then a chromatic 13, 14, 15 on the 2nd. And then I want to play 12, 13, 15 and then a cheeky 16 at the end of that first string. You'll notice that I'm not going because I can't vibrato for crap with my pinky, so if you want to do what I'm doing and just do that cheeky little shift, why not? Okay, after I've done that, I'm going to work into this run. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to play 10, 13, 14 on the third strings. It's a kind of a weird harmonic minor, Hungarian minor shape. And then I'm going to jump to the second string, 11, 13, 14. And then I'm going to borrow that weird gross shape from before, 10, 13, 14 again. So we've got, at the end of that, I'm going to play 15 of the first string. So this is what we should have so far from the start. Hopefully that's making sense. Then I work into this. So I've got a big bend from 15 of the first string, jumping back to 13 of the first. I've got a little run and then a cheeky sweep, so I'm going to go... Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 17, 13 on the first string, then 15, 14 on the second and third string. Let's do that again slower. And then to finish that off, cheeky D minor sweep. So I'm going to do a pull off from 17 to 13 on the first string, and then I'm sweeping 15 of the second, 14 of the third, 15 of the fourth, and 17 of the fifth. So just a straight D minor shape. You'll notice that I'm down picking the pull off, and then just pulling up like I'm starting a shitty old lawnmower from the second string. All right, so we've got nice and slow. Let's try and do the whole thing from the start. We'll go from that 17 vibrato nice and slow, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. All right, let's have a look at the third section. We're still working around that D minor arpeggio. So we've just done the sweep. I want to hit 17 on the fifth string again to work into this phrase. So I'm going to play 17 on the fifth, 15 of the fourth, and 14 of the third. At the end of that, I'm going to play 15, 14 on the third string. So we'll go. And I'm going to hit, basically just go up the octave. So I'm going to start from 15 of the second string, and then I'm going to play 13, 17, 18, 17 on the first string. Let's have a look at what we've got from the start. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then I work into this. Okay, so this is one of the few moments where it does slow down and get a little bit emotional. So I think concentrating on the phrasing will make this a little bit more delicious. One thing you'll notice about the bend there, I'm not playing it and striking and doing the bend straight away. So I think having a little bit of a delay on that first 15 note and adding the bend later will make it, 50% sexier. So I got... After I've done that bend, I'm jumping to 15 of the second and then 13 of the first. And then I'm going to go 12, 13, 15 as regular notes on the first string. And then what I'm doing is I'm doing the cheeky David Gilmour. I think Mark Knopfler does this as well. I'm doing dead notes across the fourth, the third, and the second string. So I get that kind of rake sound. Just to get a little bit more of a sexy entry on that 15 bend. So I'll do the last chunk again, and then we'll take it back to the start. Hopefully that's making sense. Let's try the whole thing from the start of the section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. All right, guys, let's take a look at the fourth section. This is sort of the tremmy triplet section. So keep in mind that I'm trying to count triplets every time. If we have a look at this first group, I'm kind of counting that as 6 pineapples, literally. Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple as I go through that. I'm going to do 6 triplets there, and then I'm going to jump to 17. So it's going from 13 to 17 on the first string. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just 2 there. And then I'm going to do 6 triplets from 12 and then jump to 19. So we're going to have the same timing for both. Then from that point, I'm going to go back to 10 of the first string. I'm going to do 6 triplets there and then jump to 17. This one's probably the most confusing and biggest slide. It's also a weird note choice there. So we've got basically 6 and 2 3 times, if that makes sense. All the way to 17. And then I work into this phrase. Now this is quite strange. So I've got 4 8s, 4 13s, 4 8s again. And then 2 triplets on 7. And then 5. So it is a little bit strange on the timing. Let's try and put all the trem together thus far, and then we'll work through that funky arpeggio at the second half of the section. Okay, cool. The next section is really, really cool. We're kind of working around sort of an F major arpeggio whilst the other guitar is kind of doing a D minor behind it. So they sort of harmonize in a really delicious manner. I'm going to start off by playing 8 12 twice on the 5th string. Then I'm going to play 9 10 twice on the 4th and the 3rd. All together. Then from that point, I'm sweeping through just a straight F major arpeggio. I'm playing 10 on the 3rd and the 2nd string, and then hammering 8 to 13 on the 1st. All together. Okay, from that note, I'm going to slide from 13 all the way to 20 and then pull off to 17. And then I work chromatically back from 20 of the 2nd string. So I'm going to go 20, 19, 18, 17 on the 2nd. At the end of that, I'm going to play 19, 18 on the 3rd, and then 18, 17 on the 2nd. Sort of go nice and harmonic minor there. Let's go from the arpeggio relatively slowly, and then we'll add the trem in front of it, and then we'll try the whole thing even slower with some tabs. So here we go. Let's go from the trem at the start and then do the whole thing even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright, last section deals with some pretty funky shreds and then just some cheeky whammy bar antics. So I'm going to slide into 18 of the 2nd string, and I'm going to play 15, 17, 18 on the 2nd. And then at the end of that, I've got a chromatic run from the 1st string, playing 15, 16, 17, 18. So all together, from that point, I'm just reversing down that chromatic. So I was playing the 18 again and reversing all the way to 15. And then I was playing 19, 18, 17 on the 2nd. So all together. Hopefully that's all making sense. And then I work into this phrase. And this is kind of the point where they're drifting between one guy doing high, one guy doing low, and then swapping. So it does sound a little strange by itself, but in context, it is completely awesome. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing 15, 16, 17 on the 3rd, and then I was playing 15, 17, 18 on the 2nd, and then to finish that off, 15, 14 on the 2nd string. So let's have a look at that whole chunk again at a gentleman's pace. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then I go into 5 of the third. I hit that twice, add some cheeky whammy with that. And then I want to play 4 and 3 on the third as well. So all together. And I work into this phrase. So what I'm doing here is just a D minor arpeggio, playing 2 of the third, 3 of the fourth, and 5 of the fifth. And then I'm going to hit that F note twice on the 4th string. And the second time I hit it, I bring it down. Because of the Sustainiac, they sort of do get a natural squeal. You can get it, I guess, if you brush a harmonic, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass to do. So just hopefully get that whammy and then go stand near your amp and get some feedback. So let's go from that 5 of the 3rd string phrase. We'll try and get through that. And then we'll take it back to the start of the section and put it all together with some tabs. So we go. All right, right back to the start of the section at a gentleman's pace. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo from Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all very soon.